Hello and welcome to Did You Know Gaming Extra. Today we'll be talking about trivia surrounding the names of video games. When it comes to localizing video games for a new region, one element that can be crucial is a simple change of name. Words mean many things across many different regions, and as such, publishers will look to have a more appealing name when localized. Capcom's 1987 arcade release Bionic Commando was originally titled Top Secret when it was released in Japan. A year later, an NES version of the game was released with the same name in the West, despite being an almost completely different game aside from some core mechanics. With the game's Japanese Famicom release, the game had a different name yet again, which translates to The Ressurection of Hitler, Top Secret. These early Nintendo games differ in other ways across the two regions, with the Japanese game featuring the characters of Weissman, as well as Hitler and his real-world army. Conversely, the international release featured Generalissimo Kilt and Master D with his army of bads. All signs of swastikas were also removed and instead replaced with eagles. These changes were made due to a Nintendo of America policy that prevented the depiction of sensitive material on Nintendo consoles. Despite this, however, Master D still takes on the original appearance of Hitler. Another game that had a simple name change is the cult classic PlayStation title known as Tomba in the US, which was renamed to Tombi for the European market. This change was made because the word Tomba translates to grave in Italian. Since a European release is the same across the entire region and simply has different language options, the name had to be used in all countries despite the Tomba name only affecting a small percentage of players. These sorts of naming issues also affected the Mortal Kombat series. In the summer of 2004, shortly before the release of Mortal Kombat Deception, rumours began circulating that the game might be getting a name change in the European market, with the subtitle switching from Deception to Mystification. According to Jeremy Dunham, reporting for IGN, he got in contact with a representative of Midway who told him, "That's just a rumour. It's true that there are some name issues in Europe regarding the title, but we're aiming to have it called Mortal Kombat Deception in all territories. We haven't said anything at all about calling it Mystification." Despite this, just 1 week later, Midway's European division announced that the game would indeed be called Mortal Kombat Mystification in France. It seems as though the translation issues mentioned were due to the word deception meaning disappointment in the French language. Some video game titles have also been changed to appeal more to the Japanese market. In 2002, a video game adaptation of the highly praised John Carpenter horror film The Thing made its way to PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Windows PCs. The game was simply titled The Thing in its Western releases, and featured a story that follows on from the plot of the original film. The film was released as Yusei Kara no Butai X in Japan, which translates as The Thing from Another Planet X. This is possibly a reference to the 1951 film The Thing from Another World, which was one of the inspirations for John Carpenter's movie. The game takes on this title, but also includes the subtitle of Episode 2 in order to make it clear that the events of the game take place as a continuation of those found in the film. While the plot isn't confirmed as canon, John Carpenter did endorse the title and even lent his voice in the form of an uncredited cameo.
I don't think we've got time for formal introductions. Can you get us out of here?
And now it's time for this episode's random piece of trivia. Today's choice covers the bizarre game, The Amazing Frog. On the bottom of the game's moon rover, a short line of text can be found which reads, "Please bring back Robot Wars." This message from the developer makes reference to the British game show Robot Wars, which ran from 1998 until 2004. The show featured contestants who pitted their homemade robots against one another. The show made a resurgence in 2016, 2 years after The Amazing Frog's release. The show had a positive response, trending on Twitter during its first broadcast and receiving more viewership than the final episode of Top Gear's 23rd season during the same time slot. Breaking news! We found out while we were editing this video, the developers have since updated this message to read, "Thank you for bringing back Robot Wars." There's also 2 more videos on screen for you to check out right now, just in case you missed them. If you enjoyed yourself, we'd love it if you dropped us a like, and if you haven't yet, why not consider hitting the subscribe button for future videos? We put a lot of time into making them, and it would be a shame if nobody watched them. Thanks for watching this one. See you next time.